Welcome to your weekly General Aviation news update. We have 4 stories for you this week. FedEx and UPS are reducing the number of pilots. A man gets 15 months for pointing a laser at a helicopter. A woman gets hurt by a scale B29 that hits a golf cart. This is a crazy story. And then lastly, a pilot who survived a crash in the Everglades. So let's get to it. And the first story up this week is FedEx and UPS, who both seem to have too many pilots. FedEx and UPS have advised pilots to take a severance offer and move to American Airlines subsidiary PSA. PSA is offering existing pilots a $250,000 bonus and a left seat on their Embraer and CRJ regional jets. While $250,000 may actually sound like a ton of money, it's less than a year's pay for a senior captain at UPS and FedEx. FedEx went as far as saying that they don't have enough business to keep all of their pilots fully employed. The FedEx VP of Flight Operation has said, while I understand that this is not something that will appeal to every pilot, for those of you that are frustrated with the current flight hours, the career progression, and have just been on the fence about available options, you may consider this unique opportunity enough of an incentive to make a move. Some speculations say that FedEx may have 700 extra pilots and more as the shipping volume have been turned down. We'll keep you updated if we see anything else, but this is kind of a really interesting story when flying for these two carriers have been kind of at the top of the list for a lot of pilots. It seems like something is definitely going on right now. Next up this week is a man in Omaha that pointed a green laser at a helicopter. His name is 34-year-old Richard Deddy, and he said that he was on a smoke break and then he decided to shine a laser at buildings to see how far it would go, and then eventually turned the laser onto a helicopter. Turns out the helicopter was a police helicopter, and they found the location of the person by using the camera array that they had available on board. The man was arrested, pleaded guilty, stating, "I was not aware it was a crime and I definitely regret my actions." He was sentenced to 15 months in prison and then for 2 years of supervised release, which seems harsh. Don't get me wrong, it's a horrible idea to shine a laser at an aircraft, but boy, that should definitely get people to rethink that twice. So yeah, moral of the story, don't point lasers at aircraft. It's dangerous. It's dangerous for the pilot and people on the ground. All right. The third story this week is a crazy one. This is a scale B29 that collided with a golf cart and then ended up injuring a bystander. This happened at the Glendale Airport in Kokomo, Indiana. The replica B29 has a 50-foot wingspan, and is 35 feet long. This is bigger than our Diamond DA40. It's got 4 Honda Fit car engines to drive it. It's a 35% replica of a B29, and it was on landing, and it drifted and struck a golf cart, causing the cart to roll over and then knock a woman that was filming the landing. She became unconscious. The pilot of the replica seemed to be uninjured, but man, what a crazy story. And then last up this week is a lucky pilot in Florida who survived a night crash in the Everglades. Now, if you're not familiar with the Everglades, it's this bayou type of land right outside of, well, all the way south of Florida, and is just basically wetlands everywhere full of alligators. The guy crashed a Cessna 172 into the infested waters around 4 a.m. from an altitude of 2,000 feet. The aircraft was owned by a flight school, and it wasn't reported missing until 10:30 the following morning. The Miami-Dade Fire Rescue located the aircraft that was down, and then the pilot was sitting on the wing of the sunken airplane. Luckily, it's not very deep, so the aircraft was kind of just sitting there. The pilot was winched into the fire rescue helicopter with non-life-threatening injuries to the leg, and then yet another crazy story, and then we're happy that it's a positive outcome. All right, that's it. That's all we have. Enjoy the long weekend for those of you that get a long weekend, and we'll see you next week.